G'day, this is fans. Nick Batters with you in Surprise, Arizona at Surprise Stadium. I'm chatting with Mitch Ellis. We're here for the Arizona Fall League, and he's playing with Surprise in the Arizona Fall League, one of several Royals prospects that was assigned to get some extra work in after the regular season came to an end in minor league baseball. Mitch, how did the season go for you? You won a championship with Quad Cities. It looked like you had a lot of fun and some good success too.
Yeah, no, it was a good year. Kind of started off a bit rough for me personally, and then we kind of figured it out towards the end as we started getting going. But no, it was definitely a fun year. We had a fun bunch of blokes playing with us, and it was enjoyable to go to the field every day. And obviously everyone enjoys winning, which is another part of it. But no, we had a close bunch of boys, so it was a fun year.
And what did it mean to you to get assigned to the Arizona Fall League? It's kind of considered graduate school for prospects. What does it mean to you to be here?
Yeah, it's an awesome experience. I'm stoked that the Royals threw my name in there, and it's definitely almost a reward, but I guess you'd say it shows that the Royals have a lot of trust in me and that I'm in their plans, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it was definitely a shock, that's for sure. So I was very happy.
At the time that we're recording this, you've only pitched in one game so far, but what's the experience been like? You're playing with prospects from a few different organizations, and you're going to play against some really good top-level talent too. Yeah,
that's what the biggest sell point for this competition is, that you're playing in the best competition level possible against some of the best prospects in baseball, which is cool. But yeah, it's a bit different. I mean, there's a lot of rules going on now that are kind of experimental that the MLB's playing around with, which is a bit of an adjustment to make. But outside of that, it's been really fun, and it's kind of like an all-star game every day. Everyone's got their own team's jerseys on, and just the SAGs hat, which is cool. But no, it's been a good experience, and it's enjoyable to see some of these guys lining up against you that are big-time prospects and show what you got.
And you've gotten to see, or you haven't faced him yet, but another Australian in the Arizona Fall League, Curtis Mead. What's it been like to see him burst onto the scene and see another Australian have the success that he's having?
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I think Curtis is a super talent and a big part of Australian baseball moving forward. So it's awesome to see him have success and people pick up on that. And hopefully I get to face him today, and that'll be a bit fun. So looking forward to it.
Now let's dive back into your season a little bit with the River Bandits and your first year in the Royals organization. How's that first year in professional baseball go? What's the transition like jumping into that?
Yeah, it was a bit different. Obviously, being my first full season pitching as well, probably threw a different spanner in there. But no, it was fun. I think ABL prepared me for what it's like. But I mean, obviously, it's a bit of a longer season over here, which is has its ups and downs, which is all part of the learning experience. No, the Royals do a great job of preparing us and keeping us in the loop. So no, it was a great year.
Well, you signed right before COVID hit. How tough was that? You've signed a contract with the Royals, and all of a sudden, everything's put on pause. That's not easy.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, that's for sure. Especially, signing with the Pro Bowl team was obviously something I'd worked for my whole life. So to have last year kind of get taken away was disappointing. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, it got me opportunity to kind of spend the whole year getting my arm ready and getting throws in and building up arm strength and stuff like that. But you can't feel too bad about yourself when people are dying from it. So it was pretty universal tragedy for everyone to go through. So it was decent. We got through it, and I'm better for it.
Had you made it out to the United States yet before everything kind of took a pause?
No. So I had some trouble getting the visa and getting over here, and then in the end, I think the Royals told me, they said, give it a week, things aren't looking too good. And then about a week later, they said, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll keep you in the loop of what's going on.
Well, how important was this past ABL season? Obviously, success for the Aces, winning the league championship. But for you personally, that development, how important was the season?
Yeah, really important. Obviously, this past ABL year was my first year being a full-time pitcher. So the years past, it was kind of just, run out there and throw a couple every now and then. But yeah, to have a full year of just going through my pre-game routines and stuff like that as a pitcher and spending the full time down in the bullpen kind of gave me a taste of what this year was going to be like.
I don't know if Aces fans exactly understand the transition, because the first season with the Aces, you started off as an infielder, and then as the season went on, you're adding some more innings under your belt. Almost seemed out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you're signed full-time as a pitcher. How did that transition happen, going from being an infielder to converting full-time to playing on the mound?
Yeah, it was a bit different. I guess you could kind of say it was because I couldn't hit, so kind of was forced to. And yeah, that first year when I was kind of doing a bit of two-way stuff, it was more infield responsibilities when Georgie went down, and then I kind of just got thrown in the deep end for a couple innings just to save some pitches, and then it was coming out all right. So the Royals took some interest, and then kind of just jumped all in from there.
What was your first impression when you got over to the United States? Obviously you'd played in the United States before, but getting out here to Surprise and getting your first steps within the Royals organization this year.
Oh, it was incredible. Like the setup we have here is second to none, and something you dream about being a part of, and coming to the field every day when all these beautiful fields and awesome facility and stuff like that. So I think beyond that, it was probably all the people. Like the Royals do a great job of everyone's a really nice person, and they're super caring, and they want to reach out and introduce themselves, which was nice. So obviously I didn't have any mates here when I first rolled up, so everyone was very inclusive, that's for sure.
How did you find yourself developing as this season went on? How did you find yourself getting better?
Yeah, I think it's just a daily kind of thing. Like you probably look at the first couple of months and see I wasn't having too much success, and I was trying things out, and then towards the end I was having a lot of success. So people were kind of asking me, what did you do? What was the adjustment? And it was kind of just an everyday adjustment, just taking slow steps every day, and it might not look like I'm making progress, but I was, and then it was nice to finally see that kind of result in some success on the field.
We've obviously seen the fastball that'll light up the radar gun, but where else is your arsenal at right now? What are you using to complement the fastball?
So at the moment I just have the slider and then a splitter that I've been throwing, and that was I was throwing a cutter at the start of the year too, and that was probably my most prominent pitch that I was throwing, but now we've kind of got away from that and gone like a more horizontal and vertical depth kind of thing with the slider. And then the split was essentially I didn't have a change up, and I kind of spin the ball pretty well, but I wasn't able to take spin off. So towards August or so and late July we started playing with it in catch play, and Steve Luber, the pitching coach, kind of got me onto it, and then we just eased into it, and then finally started throwing it on the mound and feeling comfortable, and it's definitely a daily struggle with a pitch like that, but I'm enjoying it.
You spent the vast majority of the season, like we talked about, with the Quad Cities River Bandits. You won the league championship. That's your fourth consecutive championship. What is it when you look at those teams, whether it's the Aces or the River Bandits? Where does that championship come from? What breeds a championship, a winning team?
I think it all starts in the clubhouse, honestly. Like I think you get a good bunch of guys, and team chemistry is massive, right? Like you can all win games, and everyone in pro ball has the talent to be able to win games and win multiple games. But I think it's whether the boys get together and they're close, and you want to. Pro ball's a bit different because it's everyone wants the success for themselves, because you want to promote your career. But I think the teams that have success on a holistic scale, it's more. They want to see their teammates do well, and you want to see your friends succeed, and you want to lift them up for success instead of stepping over the top of them.
Couple of things before we let you go. I'd be curious to know, what was the biggest struggle transitioning to professional baseball? What was maybe the thing that surprised you the most about this year?
I think probably handling success and handling failure. Like it's one thing to do well back home in club ball or to do well in the ABL, and then you kind of have a week or so to sit on it. But for pro ball, it's like, well, I had a bad outing last night, but I got to show up to the field the next day ready to not so much just punish myself for what I did wrong, but kind of look at the outing, or look at my game as what can I build off, what were areas to improve on, and what did I do well and can take forward. So I think just the everyday kind of rolling up every day regardless of what happened the night before, with an attitude to get better and take steps forward.
You're one of a handful of Australians playing in minor league baseball right now, and one of a handful of Aces connected players as well. Cameron Gibbons and Chris Burke both had their first professional seasons. Jared Dale had a really strong season as well. What's it like seeing those guys have that success as well? Oh,
it's awesome. Like I said, we have a pretty good culture back in Melbourne, so it's we're all pretty close, so it's cool. I keep tabs on the boys and check in with messages every now and then, but you love to see Aussies have success, and it's only going to help the game get promoted back home. As we look down the final stretch here, the Fall League, the last few weeks of the season, what are you trying to do to get better, to improve heading into the next minor league season? Just complement my fastball. I want to work on, maintaining my delivery and hitting my locations with the fastball, as everyone does. But further just developing the slider and the splitter, and having confidence to throw it behind counts, and kind of just come out and show what I can do, kind of thing. It's a cool experience. Well, Mitch, really appreciate you taking the time and chatting with us for a few minutes. Best of luck the rest of the season, and we're looking forward to watching your success here down the road. No worries. Thanks, mate. And hope everyone's doing all right back home.